Hi guys, and welcome to the 100 Days of Minecraft. I will be your storyteller, telling you what's going on, what's happening, and how it's going to happen. You will see clips of it in between, however, yeah. So we started day one with, you know, the usual collecting wood and getting wool because there were some sheeps around. I created wood planks and made a crafting table, you know, the usual things you would do in a morning. Um, I also had enough wool and planks to make a bed. Here's the footage. Um, no. Day two then began with me walking around looking for stone. I made myself a stone sword and a pickaxe, and I made a small base to cook food and spend the night. Here's footage of that. Day three then began with me spending the morning looking around, seeing what I could find. Uh, I found my first village and looked in the houses for loot, and here's what I found.
Apples and bread.
We then, in day 4, we then continued looking into the villages, seeing what was there, all this sort of stuff. And then we met our first zombie in the evening and collected rotten flesh. We are collecting some of the animal equipment, and we also found our first amount of coal.
Now the question is, do I go in this cave or what? Ah, it's a zombie. Oh, don't worry, it's probably gonna catch up. Yay! Okay, we found coal. Now to grab it.
Day 5 then started with walking around and heading into the first cave that I was able to encounter. And I was unfortunately attacked by a witch, which is the first one I found, which was not that interesting. And we also found some cherry blossoms on top of a mountain.
Okay, I just had an encounter with a witch and now I'm slow. Please, don't be right behind me. There she is. You're a real bitch. And now it's time to eat. And it's the end of the day. Num 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 num. Time to go to sleep. Night night.
Day 6 then continued with me finding iron and being able to find a portal and a village, which was quite lucky. And they had a gold chest plate, axe, and iron nuggets.
Do this. Okay. We have struck it big with here. We've got something over there as well, which is the flat land. But I'm gonna try and get the iron first, and then we'll see how we do with that. Oh my god, what is this what I think it is? There's no way. Is that... Oh my god, it's a village and a nether portal. I'm writing this down. We're going to see this right now. Let's see what's in the chest. Oh my god. Gold chest plate, gold axe. Is that a gold block of gold? We got 2 flint. We got golden boots. Iron nuggets. Oh my god, we can make an... Oh my god, this is crazy. Okay, we're gonna raid the village as well. I don't know if this will be day 7 or not, but we're taking this stuff and we're leaving. Village chest 1. Let's go. Oh, boring.
Day 7 then began with me looking in the village, seeing what was in there, seeing what sort of things were there and all that sort of things. We also found, well, not found, but created my first base and collected some iron and might have found a mossy lair. And unfortunately I couldn't sleep that night because there were monsters around my base.
So I've decided that this is my new base. I've kind of taken a village. This is my bed. I put my crafting table here and my furnace here. And I put a chest in there. As you can see, I've got a couple of iron ingots and gold ingots from the portal. I also wanted to keep it here because of the portal, so eventually I will be able to collect something.
Then, on day 8, we get string from our first spider and a spider eye, which is actually one of the rarer items. We also get attacked by another witch and forgot about a blacksmith, and I got an iron sword from that chest.
I don't think I'm gonna be able to sleep. Yes. I wonder why. Okay, I guess I'll just wait until the morning, please. Nope, more monsters. What is that? Okay, bye. Blacksmith. Let's open it. Oh, cool. Iron armor and an iron sword. Cool.
Day 9 was the usual, going around collecting materials, doing all that jazz, setting up chests and all that.
Yeah.
Day 10, I continued sorting out my items, figuring out which ones are best. But then I found something weird. Here, check it out. Day 11 began with something really awesome. I was able to make my first snow golem. And I got some grey and white wool from the sheep that were hanging out in the area. And yeah, that was mostly it.
Okay, so the list of items. Sorry, I didn't mean to jump. We've got a feather. And that can be ticked off. Rotten flesh. That can be ticked off. A spider eye. That can also be ticked off. String. Yeah, that can be ticked off. Leather I got from a cow. That's yeah. I'm gonna keep the bones because one of the tasks is to try and get a different variant of every dog. So I'll keep those here around, and that's about it. Still got a bit to go, but that's it. So I've come across this, and I was wondering What would you call it? Because I know if it was in a desert, it would be called an oasis. This is Greenland in a freaking snow mountain area. Do you call it Greenland? What do you do? This time okay, I did not expect that to happen, but as you can see, it is night time, and I got stuck in a snowstorm. But luckily, a creeper blew me up, so yeah, that's gonna be okay, and it's gonna help me with some future things. So, yeah.
Day 12, I went back down that cave, and you know how I said I found some mossy lore? So not mossy lore, because that's Pokemon Go, which is something different. How I found some mossy rock. Well, turns out it was a spawner, and I was able to take on my first spawner and see the items inside the chests. Unfortunately, they weren't very useful because it was mostly horse armor and gunpowder, which I was only allowed to get from creepers.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We shall be putting the touches on sorry. We shall be putting the touches on the carved pumpkin. Ah, for God's sake. There he is. One of our first ones, a snow golem. And just to let you know, boom, that's how you make a pumpkin head. I'll be saving this for iron.
Day 13 was me going back into the cave. I went and looked around and I found a mine shaft. But unfortunately, I didn't seem to see any chests. So, yeah.
Name tags. Just to let you know, string and gunpowder do not count in this area because it was the thing. I just found it here rather than off a mob. So I won't be taking any of it. However, I will be taking this redstone, this bucket, and again with the bones. I'm partially allowed to do it because I want to try and get a dog. So yeah, and that's about it. I don't know about horse armor. I haven't got anything written down about a horse, but yeah, that's about it.
After the past couple of days of finding raw iron, I was able to collect and cook enough to create iron blocks. And so I created my first iron golem. And a funny thing to tell you is they've changed how you get pumpkins. Well, I don't think they've changed how to get pumpkins and stuff, but you have to shear the pumpkin to get a pumpkin face.
As you can see, I have found myself in a what's it called? A mine shaft. I will defeat this skeleton, but we'll see what sort of things it has. Hopefully not any more googlies.
Day 15 was another bland one, collecting items, checking out myself and all that sort of thing.
You can heal, my good friend. I will heal you.
Day 16, I actually discovered something very funny. I don't know if this was a recent update or not. I think it had gone back to olden time, no, a couple of years ago. But I just figured out then that the beds are bouncy. What's the deal with that?
I've just noticed something, look. No, jump. Why didn't they make the beds bouncy? Kidding.
Day 17 started with me going into a mine. And then I found, I think it was about 2 diamonds that I found just in there. And I dug some more, and out of the whole thing I gained 6 diamonds, which was crazy.
We found diamonds, guys. We did it. Our first diamond successfully created. Oh my god, there's 4. Could there be more? Whoa. Oh my god. This is gonna be so awesome. In this. Okay, so go here. Where is it? Here. 1 diamond pickaxe. We're gonna be cooking for the obsidian tomorrow. Just making sure there's no googlies.
Just to add on to that, I did create a diamond pickaxe. And with that diamond pickaxe, because I could now mine obsidian, I was able to mine enough obsidian to create a nether portal. You know how we had that broken nether portal? Yeah, we got some materials to officially create that nether portal. Don't get too attached. I also made some flint and steel, which I was able to use to light the nether portal, and it didn't work because I figured out that I thought all obsidian was the same, but turns out it's different. And I managed to a wandering villager spawned, and so I wanted to trade with him. So yeah, I can't remember exactly what I got, but here's the footage.
The gun. Sorry. And here we go. Now. Oh crap. Okay, I guess we never made the nether portal. Failure number 1. Looks like we're gonna have to take the L on this. Where's your friend, the brown llama? Thanks for the 2 emeralds.
day 19 was when I actually figured out that all obsidian is different. So I was able to create the Nether portal with real obsidian, not lit obsidian. And I went in and had a look around and fell off a cliff.
Please God, let this work. Why? Why isn't it working? Do you know how? Oh, for crying out loud! Let me just, just break this crying obsidian, and then go over here to where I created my pool of lava and water. And oh wait, an obsidian block is here. Let me take that and put it on the friggin' lava and see if we... Okay. Okay. You better be... Yeah. You better work, otherwise I'm not dating for the rest of my life. Booyah! Okay, guys, we found our first dry ghast. There we go. And now it's time. There it is, guys. The ender pearl. Hee. Also, you can see the dry ghast here. Also, why the hell do I have a music disc? I don't know what happened with that. And I also got grass block. Yeah, but there's the diamond, there's the ender pearl. We win.
So, day 20, when I had entered the Nether, I remembered that the new ghast update was around. So, I went around and I managed to find a dry ghast. And when I was whilst I was in there, you know how Endermen like to hang out in the grassy section. I was able to fight an Enderman and get an ender pearl.
Here, boy. Come on, love me.
Then I was walking around in a forest area and I managed to find a dog, one breed of dog. And unfortunately it took 3 bones to treat him to become my best friend. But yeah. I think I called him Crypto. I think that's because of the Superman movie that came out.
Okay, so I know this is a bit off topic, but it's part of a new update. What do you expect me to do? Like, not try it out? There it is. We'll come back in a bit. And now it's time to put it on our friend. There he is. There he is. Well, I don't know its gender. Come here. Come here. Come here. I need to put this on you, you goofball. Do I have... Yeah. Right, no, he's getting closer. Nope, he's running away. No, yes. Yes. Yes! I am the god of a new world. Here I am. Riding on my ghast. Woohoo! We did it! And that's the new update.
Day 22 came with a bit of a shock. I I came back home, but my dog didn't teleport to me. So either he's disappeared into a forest and stuff, or he's, you know, unalive. Um, and then I spent some time just, looking in the caves, seeing what I could find, cheering myself up. Day 23, day 23, I was walking around, like I said, and I'd made my way to a different part, and I found another village. And also, when I'd got back home, I found I was working with my Ghastling, and I put water on him. I didn't know how long it would take, but you'll see how it goes along. Yeah, and that was about it. Day 24, I went back into the Nether to look for materials and all that sort of jazz, and just traded a couple of things with piglins and all that stuff, and yeah, didn't get too much. There was one time I traded with a piglin, and he gave me obsidian. Better late than never, huh? Day 25 was a bit boring. I did some traveling. I got more materials. I went looking around places, probably gathering some more stuff. Day 26 was when I was really proud of myself because I was able to make the Happy Ghast. And so, with that, I was able to build some goggles and stuff like that to create the headband for him. And then I wanted to make an obsidian wall around my house, but you can tell where this is going. I've just straight up burnt it to the house, burnt it to the ground.
So, I may have got a bit too excited. Yeah, yeah, that's me.
You been fed?
No. Oh God. So I've just failed to live in a house. This is the aftermath, or as it's still going, because it's burning my freaking house. I thought it would make obsidian, but no, it just burns your house to the ground, and now I have nowhere else to live.
Then I headed back into the Nether for day 27, and I wanted to collect some soul sand so that I could create the wither. And wither that's how I got it home.
Well, one of the tasks I have to do is to defeat the wither, so I'm collecting a couple of blocks of soul sand so that I can do that. Not really else going on. Okay, whilst I was in the Nether, I was able to come across 2 skeleton skulls. It was very hard and a lot of work, but yeah.
The next few days was spent like gathering materials, getting my house back together, all that sort of thing you'd think of when working in Minecraft. Yeah, as this point you can tell that my Happy Ghast is just floating around the place. Yeah. Yeah, I also spent some time in the Nether, just collecting materials, checking out what else was going on, seeing if I could get some more ender pearls and stuff like that. and I also spent some time in the caves, which was actually good because I was able to get materials like iron, gold, stuff like that. On another day, I went into the Nether, and I managed to go to a Nether fortress, and I know it's super rare to find one, but it was real close, and there were a bunch of wither skeletons, at least 6 to 8, and out of those 6 to 8, I think I might have gotten very lucky because I got 2 wither skulls from them. That's like finding diamonds on like grass level. Next, I wanted to go for a bit of an ocean thing, so I went to my nearest ocean, and surprisingly, there was a aqua structure type thing that hosted the Guardian, and during that I was able to knock it out and beat it. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to defeat any of its other ones, but I was able to defeat it. However, it took a lot of work, and I needed a lot of water breathing, so it took a lot of times to go up to it, defeat it, and then get that sort of thing. And I was able to get a prism scale from it, which was actually pretty cool.
I am here at a Guardian, and we are gonna fight one. Oh God. Maybe I need to wait, what happens if I drink milk whilst under the... No. Okay, we're gonna fight this Guardian. Where is he?
Day 33 was a long one. We ended up just spending time looking for a desert because one of my tasks was to find a temple. Spoiler alert, and I'm keeping away people who skip to this bit. Just make sure it's spoiler alert. We didn't end up finding a desert. Well, we found a couple of deserts, but we didn't find a desert that hosted a temple by the time we had finished this, so yeah. And then on my way, I also found a land of mushrooms, and yeah, there's a funny joke. And also collected some materials.
You think this is... I think if someone went here, they'd be very high because these are all mushrooms. Is that a cow? Is that the Red Bull logo?
Next up, I also on my travels I found another village, and there wasn't really much in it, and it was just, you know, food and maybe a little bit of armor, but not that much. Along my travels coming back, I was able to find an abandoned ship, which I tried looking for the treasure, but there wasn't really much else going on. Plus it was like underwater and in sand, and you know how that goes. And I managed to find a swamp biome.
Hey, look! I found a abandoned ship on my way to the desert. I wonder if there's anything interesting. Nope. Yeah, Hey, look, guys, the Ninja Turtles are right next to Shrek's swamp.
And then, surprisingly, during an evening, I found another Nether portal. But unfortunately, a zombie killed me, and I wasn't able to see too much of what was in there. It was regular stuff, gold, you know. But it was weird because it was in a tree. And yeah, just kind of kept going.
So, guys, I was just traveling. I still can't find um a desert, but I've come across this. Literally another Nether portal. Oh, fuck off, zombie! I'm trying to record here. Yes, find yourself. Oh, thank God. Okay, now what's in the chest? Okay.
When I got back, I entered the Nether, and I fought like I went back to the fortress, and I fought 20 wither skeletons, and I think there was another fight before I found it, and I found my final wither skull, and with that, I was able to bring in the wither, my first boss. Very dangerous, you never guess. I spawned it right in the village where I lived. No more village. Just kidding. Yeah, here, there's footage of me building it and kind of like defeating it right at the end. Yeah. I just kept going for like a couple of days, and then, yeah.
Time to face the wither. You can see I've already distracted it. Ah! And it wasn't even to the wither. He fell from a high place. Let's go find it again. I've been using my tactics. Oh yeah, and as you know, I put keep inventory on because I don't like losing my stuff. Some people may say that's a cheat, but there's the bastard. Get over here, you suck my Minecraft block. Get back here, you stupid netherite. If I fall off, it's your fault. Is this it? Is this it? Kadoosh! Scoosh canoe! Great.
After the battle with the wither, I continued working on my house, like building bits of it out of glass, and I had gone into the Nether, and you know how I said I had gone to a fortress? Well, the wither skeletons weren't the only one there. There were blazes, and I managed to grab a couple of blaze powder during my travels. So during that time, during my downtime, I was able to create Eye of Enders, and yeah. Yeah, so next up, we kind of had a big, like, week slash almost a couple of weeks where I just went searching for an end portal. I used a couple of Eye of Enders to help me. It ended up being a bunch of hunting, digging, trying my hardest to find it, but you just couldn't get to it. I even bumped into a couple of caves where I got some redstone, and yeah, I then thought to myself, where would I find it? So I headed to a nearby village and dug down from there, and right there I was able to get into the stronghold.
Guys, I made it into a stronghold. Hopefully this time we will... Yeah, I had to put some of my stuff away because I didn't want that. But, you know, let's go and see if we can find where this end portal is. I think it might be down here. Sorry. Okay, also need to be very careful. We don't know if there's any silverfish or zombies going to just randomly pop out. Where is it? Yeah, I'll get back to you when I find it. Check it out, guys. It's a ghost candle. It's not attached to anything. What the hell is Minecraft thinking? I'm gonna punch it. Here we go, guys. Check in here. That's it. That's it. There it is, right there. Let me just get rid of this spawner. And there it is. One Eye of Ender. Let's do this. I'm too far away. And ta-da! Let's get ready to face the Ender Dragon.
Once I'd got into the stronghold, I looked around for a bit. It was such a maze, and it took me almost 4 days just to find, for Minecraft days I should say, not for real life days, because otherwise, yeah. And I managed to find it, and without thinking, in survival mode, I went in, I dug up, yeah, obviously I saw the Ender Dragon, and I was able to take out 2 pillars, but then the Ender Dragon took me out. So what ended up happening is I came back into the village where I was battling it. No. Where I had started my journey, I had made this base, and I had to go back to the village just so that I could go back to the end portal, and unfortunately, because I didn't spawn too well, I built another bed so I could place it next to the end portal, and by the time I had found the end portal, I put the bed next to it, I slept in it, and then I jumped back in, and I was able to take out the rest of the pillars and defeat the Ender Dragon and get the dragon egg. And that's kind of the end of the story.
here we are. We're in the end, and we're about to fight the Ender Dragon. Okay. First off, let's kind of like pile it up. No, we want to boom, 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 boom. And then we're going to take out one of these crystals. And then we'll see how, yeah. Okay. We're almost there. Yes! What are you looking at? So much experience and a portal. There it is! The dragon egg! Now, if I can only remember how to get it in. Time to make the beacon. Oh, as you can see, I also made TNT, so yeah, I wanted to show you that, but we're gonna end it with an explosion. I'll tell you that. Now it's time to make the enchantment table. We did it! So this is the end. I've completed all the tasks. You can see the dragon egg out there on a gold block. You can see the beacon and the enchantment table out there. I managed to get a netherite sword, a diamond pickaxe and a golden axe with unbreaking, and also iron boots with soul speed and 3 diamond armor. If you're wondering why I wanted just iron boots, it's because it's better like that rather than diamonds. I also got an enchanted pickaxe, which I unfortunately didn't use, and these are some of the... I got 1 emerald. Well, I had more, but yeah. Same with gold ingot. I had these lot, and then in my chest here, this is a bunch of crap I had along the way. And in here is the things that we needed: rotten flesh, spider eye, spider web. I didn't need nether quartz or bone block. A saddle, ghast tear, leather. I managed to also get gunpowder and redstone. I want gunpowder, which is why I want the TNT, because we're gonna end this off with a bang. Also, I found something I didn't need, which was a glowing sack. So yeah, I'll get closer to the things so that you actually know that I got them. Here is the dragon egg. I don't want to move it. It took me a while to get there because otherwise it would just teleport. Yeah, it was too much work. And then we have the enchantment table. Yeah, you can see there it works. You can put, I don't know, let's put my diamond pickaxe here. Unfortunately, I don't have any lapis on me. Oh crap. Stop destroying me whilst I'm doing an outro. Sorry you guys had to see that. Oh yeah, as you can see, I wasn't really able to fix my house. Are you fucking kidding me? Sorry about my language. But as you can see, there's the enchantment table, and before I got beaten up, this is the beacon. Unfortunately, I don't have anything to put it in. So, you may have seen during videos my iron and snow golem. And it walked away. My iron golem, I think he went somewhere in that direction, but I couldn't quite figure it out. But we still have the OG somewhere. This guy, where are you? As long as you didn't die and turned into iron blocks, then I will be very happy. Villager, you haven't seen the iron golem, have you? Ah, there he is. There's the OG. And my happy ghast. Yeah, this guy's the original. And I shouldn't have tapped him because bye-bye. And you saw my happy ghast. Unfortunately, I did need a bit of obsidian for the for my I think it was the enchantment table. However, I do have a little gift for it. And now, okay. Yeah, you know what it looked like. I went in there a couple of times along my journey. But I'm gonna go grab my flint and steel so that we can finish this off with a bang. And by a bang, I do mean TNT. And I will not be doing it anywhere near my house because I want my friend. I want my dragon egg alive. I want all of that. Where are you? No. Wait, did I? Oh crap. Okay. Yeah, sorry about that. Turns out I had finished my flint and steel, so I had to create a new one. And I didn't mean to do that. Let me just. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed.
So, thank you so much for joining me along my Minecraft journey. Unfortunately, we weren't able to do as much as we would like. And if you like this type of thing where I do like new games, well, games that have come out and you want me to like review how my journey would go in there, then please tell me in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe and like. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoy my next videos.